Humans need not apply.
This is probably my favorite video at the moment. Humans Need Not Apply by CGP Grey. That guy. I've been reading this book for cloud computing by Nicholas Carr, The Big Switch, and he talks about the future of cloud computing. And the more he talks about the future, the more I wanted to go back and watch this video again, because it always reminds me about that. It always reminds me about what he said. And he compared humans to horses. And horses in the modern economy are unemployable, because there's just no use for them. And so he predicts that in the future, for most humans, it will be the same. Humans will be unemployable. And you know what the weirdest part is? The weirdest part is, the more I watch this video, or whenever I watch this video, the main thing I'm thinking is, I can do whatever I want, I will always have a job. I mean, what's going on in my brain? Am I stupid? Don't I get the message? I'll try to tell you what's going on in my brain. Because, I mean, he says for most professions, and he talks about the transportation industry and how automated drivers will just take over because they are already better than human drivers and make less mistakes. And yeah. So, well, does that mean? I mean, first of all, it's gonna take a few years for automated drivers to actually be on the roads instead of human drivers. That's gonna take a while. But still, if that happens, and it will happen, and I think it will change transportation industry in the sense that there won't be companies just for transportation anymore. Everybody will do it themselves. I mean, it's the other way around with the utilization. I think Amazon, for instance, will get into the business as when it's sophisticated. They will also. Google has their own driving cars already. Amazon, also a big player, will at some point, is what I think, they will also get there, and then have their own transportation systems automated without humans operating their trucks. Anyway, so back to the story on why I think I will always have a job. He talked about professions, that they are also simulated by bots, the doctor bot. And I was like, yeah, well, fine, okay. But somebody needs to maintain those things, right? Like, when we come to the point where software systems maintain themselves, I will be retired a long time ago, I think. I mean, yes, software can learn, and they become smarter by themselves, but at some point there need to be humans who operate all the, you know, the hardware for the software, and also the robots. I mean, robots will at some point, you know, produce themselves and stuff, all iRobot style, and then there will be this Vicky from iRobot is probably what Google will become. The Google having all the information of the world, kind of. I make decisions for you. Anyway, I'm drifting off. So there will, and especially in the next few years, because we are not there yet, obviously, because people still have jobs and they're not all automated by software. We need to get there, and it needs programmers like me because I study computer science, I can write software, I can develop those bots, I can perform research in that area, and I'm really interested in that area. That's probably another important thing. So yeah, and that's why I'm just thinking, like, even if I say really stupid stuff on the internet, which makes me unemployed or less employable, like if I don't know, what's popular right now, like what could I say that people, that's against the norm, that they don't want to, I can't even think of something. But anyway, let's assume I said something publicly on the internet, and that's why no company ever will want to hire me. Ever. So I won't have a job, I won't have a nice life? Wrong. Even if nobody wants to hire me, I can still start my own business. Or I find somebody to start a business with, like a startup, you know? Yeah, startup, let's start a startup. Let's start up a startup. So because the development goes in this direction, and computer science is really important, I will always have a job, because I have the skills. So I can say whatever I want, and I can do whatever I want. And I will, like, I should probably not kill myself, because then I can't get a job again, and but that's an extreme. I should also not destroy my brain, because then I can also not perform any tasks anymore. But anyway, let's not talk about extremes. I can do almost everything and still get a job. And that's so great about it. And that's what I'm thinking about if I watch this video. Oh, speaking of, I wanted to tell you that you should also watch this video, because this is a great video. Should have done that in the beginning, huh? Yeah, so if you haven't, watch CGP Grey's video about how humans need not apply for jobs in the future, because they're unemployable through no fault of their own. Yeah, happens. I mean, then more people have to be highly educated. And maybe after university there needs to be another education step. I mean, then everybody can start working in their 30s. But if we have the bots automated to produce our food and, you know, build our houses, then it is okay to only work a few years in your life, and the rest you have to spend in education, that you can actually work then, because all the jobs require so much education. Is that coming? I don't know. Maybe, probably. Because as standards of living rise, you have to have high education for better jobs, so that you don't need to do the stupid jobs, because that is done by robots. Right. Okay. Enough of ranting for today. Now, you go watch this video and be prepared, so that you don't get unemployable through no fault of your own. And then also make a backup, so that you don't lose all your data through no fault of your own. And then I'll talk to you tomorrow. Bye bye.